Welcome to the weekly vlog. If I'm a little sweaty, I just got back from the gym, so pardon me. But I have decided that as a way to try and motivate myself to go to the gym more often, that on my first gym visit of the week, I would reward myself with getting a funky fruit that I've never had from the Asian grocery store that's in the same plaza as my gym. I love fruit so much, but a lot of the ones that look really good are always super expensive, so I never get them. So I thought this would be a good way to try those fruits as well as get my ass into the gym more often, at least once a week. So in last week's vlog, I tried a white donut peach and it was delicious. This week, I am going to try golden berries. Hello, Tony. These golden berries, this tiny little tin was $4, so a little expensive, but they look and smell delicious. I'm gonna go get a handful of wash. I'll be right back. All right, let's give it a try. It feels like a grape, kind of. I don't know, let's try it. Ooh, whoa. That is not what I expected. Ooh, that's so good. What does that taste like? Why does this taste like a kiwi? This is great. Yeah, it tastes like a kiwi and something else. I can't quite place it, but there is a distinct kiwi flavor that I really enjoy. Ooh, that's great. Golden berries are a success. This is gonna be a great way to get myself to go to the gym. I also grabbed a couple of ingredients to make a crunchy Thai chickpea salad tonight. I have some tofu marinating right now that I'll have on the side. Yeah, that's the plans for dinner tonight and some meal prep for the rest of the week for work. Otherwise, the rest of my day has been good, but also not as productive as I hoped because the good old ADHD brain took over today. Yesterday at work, I finally printed out a whole bunch of photos from the first Europe trip that I took, which was, I think, 8 years ago. And I finally want to get around to making my scrapbook for it. I kept all of my plane tickets and train tickets and all of the receipts from all the museums that I went to. And I bought the scrapbook immediately after getting back from that trip and then just never got around to printing out photos. But I finally had them printed out. So my plan for my day off today was to start working on that scrapbook. And I found the scrapbook, but then I couldn't find the container of all of my travel mementos. So I started looking through my closet, and while pulling things out, I got distracted with a whole bunch of different types of things. Fast forward an hour and a half later, my bed was a mess, just scattered full of things. I started organizing my closet and taking all of my summer clothes out, and I hung up all of my winter sweaters. I ended up getting stuff out from under the bed and looking through there, not for the travel things. I knew that they weren't in there. I was just like, oh, let me look through here too, for no reason at all. And I found my very first iPhone from when I was in university. It's the phone that I had at the end of high school and then all throughout university, and then spent a solid hour just kind of going through all of my old text messages and old photos that were on there still and just reminiscing, and then went to the gym, and here we are now. I've accomplished none of the things that I wanted to accomplish aside from the gym, but other than that, none of the things that I was planning on doing got done today, but that's all right. It was still a lovely day, so it's okay. Anyways, I've now been yapping for 6 minutes and haven't even talked about books yet. So my current read, of which I only have one at the moment, is The Daughter of Dr. Moreau by Silvia Moreno-Garcia. I am enjoying it so far, but it is quite slow. I'm on page 78, and yeah, it's interesting. I'm just waiting for the plot to kick in. It kind of feels like a drag to get through a little bit, but I am looking forward to seeing where the plot goes. That's been my feelings with the majority of this author's books that I've read, is that they start off super slow, and I'm wondering why I'm reading it, and then all of a sudden it gets real good real quick. So hopefully that's the case with this one as well. And then I sadly have a DNF as well. I'm going to be DNFing, oh god, what's it called? Is it called It Came from the Forest? It's by Fiona Barnett, maybe? I don't know. I'll put a picture up right here. This book has a kick-ass cover. It is beautiful. It looks exactly like the kind of book that I want to read. And the synopsis sounds a lot like The Ritual. I haven't read the book, but that movie is literally my favorite horror movie in the entire world, and this book sounds very similar to that. And even just in the 25% of it that I've read, it is a very, very similar setup. You know, it's this group of people going into the woods for some reason or other. They get all turned around, their compasses aren't working, somebody breaks their ankle, literally the exact same setup as The Ritual. And then this book also includes flashbacks to these soldiers from World War I, I think they're saying. And this is the story that these modern day people are chasing, is to try and find out what happened to them. And there's some mythical creature lurking in the woods, that kind of thing. So this should be exactly what I want in a book, but for some reason it's just not doing it for me. I kept listening to the audiobook hoping that it would get interesting, but in my humble opinion, if I am not hooked by 25% of the way through, I don't want to read it. 25% is a good chunk of a book to not care about. So sadly, going to be DNFing, even though this cover is so beautiful and I love the premise so much, it is just not for me, sadly. It just feels very empty, like there's no atmosphere to it at all, and there really should be. It has a perfect setup to have a really creepy atmosphere, and it feels like the author is trying to make it atmospheric, but is not doing a great job, unfortunately. So yeah, DNFing that one, and then I'm gonna be starting a new audiobook tonight. I have several out from Libby right now. Was not my intention. I had a whole bunch of books on hold that were all supposed to be scattered over the next couple of months, and then all of a sudden they all arrived at the exact same time. So I think I currently have 5 audiobooks out, and they're all due within the next 2 weeks. So I've got some listening to do, but that's great because I am very much in a reading mood right now, and they're all spooky season reads and a good mixture of creepy, gothic, hopefully atmospheric things, and fun, cutesy Halloween romances. And I think right now I want to go with a more fun, cutesy romance one, and what's it called? The new DeLuca one. I can't think of what it's called, but again, I'll put a picture up here. That one just arrived today, so I shouldn't pick this one up right now because I have others that are due sooner, but I kind of want this one. So we'll see what I end up picking. It'll probably be this one though, but we'll see. Anyways, I'm gonna go and make myself some dinner. I think I'm going to watch a movie tonight. I'm not sure which one yet, but I'm in the mood for a horror movie. But I'll figure that out later on, and we will chat later on as well. What a day so far. Today was Tony's monthly vet visit. He's currently downstairs chowing down because he has to fast before the vet, otherwise he will poop in the car. So he hasn't eaten until now, and he still pooped in the car. So that was great. That's been my last 20 minutes, is cleaning up after him. He's fine. It was just his monthly arthritis injection, and then we did some blood work to see if he's eligible for some surgery. He needs a tooth pulled, as well as he needs a cyst removed, but because he has kidney disease and he's also FIV positive, he is very much at risk when it comes to surgery, so we're not really sure if that's going to be an option, but we're doing some tests to find out, so hopefully we'll be able to do that. I need to have a shower very soon, hence the hat. Yesterday was supposed to be shower day. I did not do that. I got woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning the night before, and yesterday morning I was not awake enough to even think about getting in the shower. So that needs to be a today thing before I go to work. I have to work at my part-time job tonight, and I don't start until 6, so I've got some time to kill. But the reason why we're here right now is I have a book haul. My birthday books have arrived, and I'm so excited about it. I think only 3 of them. I think the 4th one is going to be arriving later for some reason. There's the stinky boy. First and foremost, oh my god, this is absolutely stunning. Look at that. This is Ascension by S.T. Gibson, the 2nd book in the Evocation series. Has a ribbon bookmark, and oh my god, has this lovely candle thing on the end pages, and I'm hoping this book is the same as book 1. It is. Oh my god. Oh, look at that. So beautiful. And then there's the spine as well. Oh my god, that's gorgeous. Number 2 is Hemlock and Silver by T. Kingfisher, and the best thing about this one, aside from being a T. Kingfisher book, is that aggressively green sprayed edges. That is gorgeous. Ooh, this also has lovely end pages, and that's also really nice too. Oh my god, what did I say? I closed my eyes and stepped through into the silver. This one is another horror fairy tale retelling. And what is that? Snow White, I think? Yeah, pretty sure. Yeah, Snow White. I'm so hyped for this one. I can't wait to get to it. And lastly for right now is Recipes for an Unexpected Afterlife by Destin J. Munden. He's an author who's in the Cozy Quill book club on Discord that I'm part of. This is actually published by Cozy Quill. It's a imprint of Bindery Books, and I'm pretty sure this is the first book that Meg, the person that runs Cozy Quill, has published under her imprint. And we've been very closely following along with Destin as he's been writing this book over the last little while and gotten all of the publication updates and that kind of thing. So of course I had to get this one. It was just released a couple weeks ago and I'm so happy to get it. This is absolutely beautiful. I love this cover so much. Has these beautiful end pages as well. The tagline on the back says, "An undead orc knight leaves battle behind for a new kind of afterlife, one with good food, good friends, and maybe even fatherhood." So it's giving vibes of the house in the Cerulean Sea, as well as Legends and Lattes, both of which I adored, so I think I'm going to love this one. But yeah, there is a little birthday book haul. I believe my 4th book will arrive sometime very soon. I'm so excited to get these on my shelf. I have no idea where I'm going to put them, but I'm running low on space. So I do want to do a whole bookshelf reorganization at sometime soon. I think I want to change where my sci-fi novels are because I have so much sci-fi now that I think I could probably fit all of my sci-fi in one of these skinny shelves. I think that would work really nicely. So maybe I'll do that sometime soon, but not today because I need to have lunch. It's like 3 o'clock. I haven't eaten yet. I've got a little ice cap that's melting and I, again, need to have a shower and fix the absolute disaster that is my head right now. I don't know what the fuck is going on with uploading right now. Oh my god. This is like several... Can you stay still? Oh my god. Stay. This is like several weeks in a row of me having problems uploading to YouTube. I've been talking about it for a couple weeks, but I've been having issues where I can't upload videos from my phone anymore because the new app that I have to use is just not letting me do it. So this week I decided to try importing all of my video files to my laptop and editing from there and uploading, which should work just fine. And I did that, but for some reason it still ended up cutting off the last 5 minutes of the vlog, and I don't know why. It was a 28-minute vlog. I've definitely uploaded longer videos than that and it's never been an issue, but this just cut it off. I guess the file got corrupted somehow, but figures. This was literally the only time that I have deleted things prior to checking to make sure that my file was fine. I literally always upload the video, watch it through a second time on YouTube because I obviously like watch things before I export it, but then I also upload it to YouTube and then watch it again just to make sure that things didn't export funky. This is the only time that I didn't do that, and then I deleted my entire iMovie library. I just went to go make sure that the video was finished uploading and it said it was 23 minutes, so I clicked on it and the last 5 minutes just cut out for some reason. So I don't know what is going on, but I'm so tired of having problems with YouTube right now. I'm not going to fully recap what I talked about for those 5 minutes, but I do want to quickly recap the funny story that I told in the part that got cut off. It was from my birthday dinner and includes a funny picture of me. So at my birthday dinner last week, I learned that I do not like martinis at all. I had never had one before, but they had a pumpkin spice espresso martini and I thought that might be kind of good, so I tried it and it was disgusting. But alcohol was so expensive that I didn't want to waste it. And then my friend had the hilarious but genius idea to ask for a glass of milk and pour the martini in there because then it might taste like a boozed up iced pumpkin spice latte. So I tried that and honestly, it was pretty good. The bartender was so confused when my friend went and asked him for a glass of milk and he was like, "Sure, but for what?" And then we explained and he was like, "Okay." Like very confused, but hey, whatever tastes good, right? But the funny picture was my friend took this picture of me double fisting a martini and a glass of milk. I was very pleased with myself. And I will cherish this photo as something to make me laugh for a long time to come. That was the gist of what got cut off in the last 5 minutes of that vlog, as well as a movie review for the horror comedy Scared Shitless. It was terrible and fun, and I do recommend it, but it was bad. Like, it was poorly made, but it was the good kind of bad. So take that as you will. Anyways, that's that on that. I still haven't had a shower, obviously. I've been dealing with that for a while, but I gotta go do that. I haven't even had lunch yet. It's like 4 o'clock now. I don't know where the time has gone, but whatever. I'm having a day. Ooh, I forgot that this shirt does not look good on camera. The color looks nasty, but whatever. I swear it's more like a salmon pink, but on camera it looks gross, but whatever. Hi, how we doing? It is Thursday. I do have some reading updates, but first I have a Michael's haul a little bit. My friend and I are doing a Halloween craft night tomorrow, so we went to the craft store to go and get some supplies for it and figure out what we wanted to do. All of the Halloween stuff is like super discounted right now, so of course we also did a little bit of shopping. So here's what I got. First of all, I got this mushroom skull. It's so cool. I love it. I'm going to use this as a TBR jar because I don't think I'm going to continue doing a monthly dedicated video for Backlist Bash because I've now look at Tony's face because I've now finished all the books that I added to my TBR in 2020, and while I really enjoyed doing that and it was very helpful, it does take up like half of my reading month and I want a little bit more freedom. So I think instead what I'm going to do is put all of the books that were added to my TBR in 2021 into this jar, and then every month I'll pull one out. That way I can still get through my backlist without having to have half or a third of my books each month be just from the backlist. And then yeah, I found this guy and he's so cool. I love him. He needs a name, so if you have any ideas, let me know. And then one of the crafty things that I got is this really cool, trying to get the light not look weird, it's really cool painting. You can see what it's supposed to look like in there. It comes with everything that it needs. So I think this is gonna be my craft for tomorrow at my friend's house. Yes, buddy. Hi. Got this really cute brown ramekin. I do have a different ramekin, but it's a lot bigger, so this will be really nice to make small things in. I want to make a little mini apple crumble in it, and I might do that tonight actually. That might happen. But adorable little thing. I got this sweater. 'Tis the season. How fun is that? I love it. I have no idea if it's gonna fit me or not. It's a size medium. I'm usually a large or an extra large, but this does look a little bit bigger, so maybe it'll fit me. But if it doesn't, then I do have a friend who it will fit, so I'll give it to them as a gift. But ooh, red string. But I really hope that it fits me because I love this so much. Oh my god, I'm so excited for these. I got pink disco ball lights, and I really hope that these will be the perfect length for my bookshelf. I want to string these along the top of my shelves, and looking at it, I think it'll actually work really perfectly. So I'm gonna do that soon. These are so cool. I love disco balls, obviously. Got one hanging from my light up there, and yeah, these are a very different pink, but I also love pink, if you can't tell by my room. But yeah, I got these. Got this super cute little print in a gold frame. I'm not sure where I'm gonna put it yet, but I'm thinking somewhere downstairs would be nice to hang it up. Another of the painting. This one's really hard to see, but it's a moth. It also comes with all the paint and stuff too. One is super tiny, really adorable. And then lastly is another painting thing. I got this one, this really cute mushroom. I haven't painted on wood before, so that'll be nice to try that out. But yeah, that's the little haul for right now. I spent far too much money. Did not mean to do that. We went for one thing and then got all of that stuff. So oopsies. So some reading updates. I don't think I updated that I started it, but I did start reading Haunted Ever After by DeLuca yesterday, and I finished it this morning, and I had a pretty good time with it. The romance was good. I did enjoy it, but it was just kind of there. But I was more interested in the actual plot of it, and I had a really fun time with it. It's about this haunted town in Florida where ghosts just kind of run the place, basically. Everyone's got a ghost in their house or in their store or wherever, just all over the place. And the main character is from Florida, but from a different town, and she moves to this town, and she buys a house that's been empty for a very long time and learns that it was the house of the mean old lady that everybody was scared of. And yeah, it was fun. I had a good time. Again, I wasn't overly invested in the romance. I was mostly interested in the ghosts. The romance didn't really take away from my enjoyment though. I just didn't really care about it, so it was just kind of there. But yeah, overall, it was pretty good. I don't actually have much to say about it, but I enjoyed it. It was a good time. I will read book 2 whenever it comes out, and I gave it a 4-star. And then I'm just about done with The Daughter of Dr. Moreau. I am on page 250 right now, so I have about 50 pages left in it. So I'm hoping to finish this one up tonight. I fear that I am quite bored, unfortunately. This has not been as interesting as I hoped it would. If it was any other author, I would have DNF'd it a long time ago, but I love this author, so I wanted to keep reading it and see if it got any better. And I don't dislike it. I like the characters, the setting is cool, it does have an interesting premise. There's just not much happening in terms of the plot. It's very, very slow, and it is getting interesting now, but it's almost over. So this hasn't been the most compelling book, and I'm quite looking forward to being done, but at least I can check off another book read from this author. I just wish that this one was better because I was so hyped for it. And then lastly, for right now, I started another audiobook. I'm currently reading, what's it called? It Came from the Trees, I think, by Ali Russell, I want to say. This is a middle grade horror about a young girl who was camping and her best friend was taken by a cryptid, but of course nobody believes her, and now she is back camping in the same area and she's planning on going to rescue her. And it's fine, I don't dislike it, but I'm not a huge fan of middle grade, but I do like to still read it once in a while and see if one can kind of take me by surprise, because sometimes they do. But yeah, it's fine so far. It's just kind of lacking the depth that I normally get out of adult or even YA books, but it is a middle grade, so I'm trying to kind of give it some grace here. It can't be that horrifying, but just like a little bit more tension would be great. Yeah, that'll do it for right now. I'm gonna go clean up my mess over here, and also Tony wants some attention, so I'm gonna go play with him for a bit, and we will chat later on. It is Saturday morning, and I have a couple of updates for you. Non-bookish things first, but last night I went to a Halloween craft night at my friend's house, and I painted the little haunted house thing that I got from Michael's the other day. I don't love it. I actually kind of hate it, but it was really fun to do. It's not done. I am going to add more to it. But yeah, we had a great night. We got burrito bowls and painted and hung out for the whole night. It was lovely. And then for the reading updates on Thursday night, I just threw my book. Sorry, Silvia. On Thursday night, I finished reading The Daughter of Dr. Moreau, and yeah, my thoughts didn't really change on it, unfortunately. It was good. It was well written. I liked the characters. The plot was mostly interesting. It just wasn't the kind of story that I thought it was going to be. Even on Goodreads, it's listed as a horror, and I do not think that this is a horror. It's just kind of a historical science fiction. It was good, it's just not what it was marketed as. So I kept waiting for the horror elements to come into play, and it just didn't really deliver on that, because that's not the kind of book that it actually is. So I do wish that I had known better and been able to adjust my expectations of it. But as is, it was still good. It just wasn't what I wanted it to be, so I am a little bit disappointed. So I'm giving it a 3.5 star, which is still an excellent rating, but I was hoping for at least a 4, possibly a 5 star, because I love this author so much and I was so hyped for this book. But it just, again, just wasn't what I wanted it to be. And then I finished, what's it called? The middle grade one that I was reading. Is that one called It Came from the Trees? Maybe. This book and the one that I DNF'd earlier this week both have very similar titles, so I keep getting them mixed up. This one, the middle grade one that I was reading, I finished that one, and I was actually pleasantly surprised by this one. I think in my first update I was saying that I was trying to give it a bit of grace because it is a middle grade. I couldn't expect it to be, really scary and really tense and that kind of thing, but it actually was, and that took me by surprise, and I had a great time with it. There were a couple of scenes here that gave me that spine tingly feeling where I was like, ooh, I feel like I'm being watched now by a monster in the woods. It was great. So yeah, very well written. I really enjoyed the plot. The characters were pretty good as well. So overall, great read. I gave it a 4 star. I'll definitely read more from this author as well. I'll take a look and see what else they have out, but I am pleasantly surprised by this one. And then finally, for right now, all week I keep forgetting to mention that I'm currently reading, what's it called? Must Love Moss and Moonshine by Maisy Magill. but I am. I'm currently 37% of the way through at the moment. I'm reading it on my Kindle. It is so cute. It's a cozy fantasy about a dryad who is the guardian of the woods. He lives a very solitary life. His woods are actually warded against anybody who's not a dryad coming into them. But the other main character, who is she an elf? Maybe, I think she's an elf or something like that. She somehow comes through the forest and ends up injured, where she has lost all of her memories. So he's helping to nurse her back to health and try and get her memories back. And of course they are falling in love in the meantime. It's very cute, very cozy. There's lots of adorable animal companions in here. It is so cute. It's perfect for this time of year as well. The writing is a little bit off sometimes, mainly when it comes to the budding romance. The male main character kind of reads as a little bit creepy in some ways. He's like saying that her face is perfection and all these things on his very first time meeting her, and like wanting to smell her hair and stuff. So that was a little off-putting, but I really like the setting for this one, so I'm going to carry on. Probably pretty slowly though, because I do like to read on the treadmill at the gym, but I can't do an audiobook at the gym because the music there is just too loud. So this has been the book that I read while I'm on the treadmill, or anytime where I'm somewhere where it's too loud to have an audiobook, like waiting for the bus on a busy street. I will carry on there over the next probably week or so. It's quite short. I think it's less than 200 pages, but I am a very, very slow reader when I don't have the audiobook, so I'm just going to take my time with this one. But yeah, those are the updates for the time being. I have to go finish getting ready for work and leave very shortly. I'm running a little bit behind, and this is definitely not the time to be doing an update, but it is what it is. Yes, I'm wearing the same shirt that I was on Saturday, but I gotta get as much use out of this shirt before the season's over, so don't judge me. But hi, it's Monday, and so time to wrap up the weekly vlog. I don't really have much else to update on in terms of reading. I think I've only read like 1 or 2 chapters of the Moonshine and whatever one, and at long last, I have finally picked up Vengeful by VE Schwab. The day has finally arrived for this book to have its moment. So I'm currently on page 89 and having a great time with it so far. This is so fast-paced and interesting, and it's about to be the rest of my evening. Can't wait to dive back into this one. I want to try and get to the end of part 2, so roughly to page 223 today. That would be about halfway through, give or take, so fingers crossed I can make that happen tonight, which I think I will, because this book is very hard to put down. But yeah, that's really all of the reading updates that I've got. Book club yesterday was great. It was a pretty small turnout, but everyone who was there loved the book that we read, which was The Entanglement of Rival Wizards by Sarah Rush. I read that one, I think last week, maybe the week before. At some point recently I read it and really enjoyed it. And then last night as well, I also, at long last, watched Interview with the Vampire. I'm a huge fan of the show, and I read the first book last year as well. Keep meaning to read book 2 this year, but I have not yet got around to that, but that is going to be my next physical book after I finish Vengeful. But the movie, oh my god, that was so good. I love Tom Cruise. I think he is awesome. I don't have any feelings towards Brad Pitt, but he did great in this role, and the two of them together, first of all, so hot. Second of all, their chemistry, oof, that was good. Their chemistry was exactly what I wanted out of this movie. But yeah, that'll do it for this week's vlog. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are in the world, and I will catch you in the next video.